go on. It's a great album.
It is a great. I think it's one of the best. I think it'd be like top 5 of the 90s.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's really just it's a solid classic. Easy 10 out of 10.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Just every single song apart from that one just fits so perfectly together.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't, talk about maybe your highlights. What your favourite other favourites?
Well, so my favourite would be Trucker's Atlas. I love the first song, Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine.
God, teeth like God's shoe shine, it sparkles,
shimmers, shines.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah. Again, that's a song like most of the songs on the album. Like lyrically, they're amazing as well. But I think musically, this is when they're at like the most.
They're really impressive. Yeah. I love the soundscapey stuff.
Yeah.
Where they kind of just experimenting and. But there's an amazing part on the last song, Styrofoam, where it's really quiet. And then, like, I think it's on this song there, where when in the left ear, all of a sudden, like, the drums just kick in, and it's really loud, like, oh, Jesus, it just completely changes the song. So we're this is an album, I think, designed to listen to on headphones. Yeah. Because, I imagine that the primary audience for Modest Mouse Retrospective at the time were kind of, teenagers, young men, young women, and, just listening to the album on the headset, and it's perfect. Like, you get all the scope, and you can hear each instrument and the space between the instruments.
The drummer is just amazing in this. At the end of Trucker's Atlas, the lyrics stop about 5 minutes in. Yeah. And it almost becomes just bass and drums. The drums definitely lead it. Yeah. And it's just amazing. Like, it never gets boring over the next 5 minutes, even though all it is just sort of repeating the same sort of stuff.
No, you kind of get lost in it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's, as I say, there's just so much like depth on here, and I like the way that they sound like something about it. I think evokes just travel. Yeah. Something specifically about the music makes it sound like it sounds like a travelling album. Like you could put it on while you were going somewhere, and it would sort of like.
Soon reaction started in the parking lot. Yeah, that's another great song.
Doing the Cockroach is great.
Doing the Cockroach, yeah. It sounds like the lyrics just managed to deal with all these really interesting themes, and make it copeable, manageable, and you can unpack quite a lot of it. Yeah. But I find it interesting that when I was reading about the album, like it seems that obviously amongst like hardcore Modest Mouse fans, it is the best one. Yeah. And the one that most people love. But then like when they say that, like I remember reading one guy's review saying he was talking to a friend, a British friend. Who'd never listened to like Modest Mouse, or I don't listen to it in Antarctica. I was like, I stopped there after that, and apparently this guy couldn't quite fathom the idea that he grew up as a teenager without Modest Mouse. Like he just couldn't get his head around it. But I think that's fair because I don't think Modest Mouse is so much of a big band over here, really.
They did a massive hit called Float On.
Oh yeah.
And it was so big that it was a song that people sung on like X Factor.
Oh yeah.
Which is weird to think of compared to like I went down my Trucker's Atlas.
Yeah. But I wouldn't call them a household name.
No, they're not. They for a very very brief period they were really big. In 2004, that album, The Good Times Are Killing Me. That album, Good News for People Who Love Bad News, was a massive hit. Sold like millions of copies, and for like a really brief time they were big. But then they have sort of receded again.
Yeah, no one really talks about them much anymore.
No, well the problem is that they're a band where they got lots of critical acclaim, and then crossover acclaim when they had still critical respect. Yeah. Now they've fallen a lot. Yeah. In like, they're one of them bands that's just gone on a bit too long. Yeah.
That new album sounds horrible.
Yeah, well, obviously that'll be the last one we get up to, so we'll be approaching him in sort of a haphazard way. This obviously isn't the first one, but
I've listened to them in a weird order. I started off with this one. Yeah. Went on to Moon Antarctica. I'll probably go back to the debut album.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll try the crossover ones.
Yeah.
See what I think of them.
Yeah. But yeah, the Lonesome Crowded West.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. One I've listened to about, I think, 3 or 4 times all the way through, and I'm still unpacking all the lyrical content and what the album's about. But it's one I can see myself listening to over and over again over,
it's just I've listened to this countless times, and it's just incredible. Like, I think lyrically he's easily one of the strongest sort of modern, well, of that era.
I think so. Yeah.
Like the way, like the last song is amazing. Like Styrofoam Boots is about. Apparently, it was just like an idea he had that he thought would be funny, which is that you know, like when the mob like kill people by putting them in a river.
Oh yeah.
Putting styrofoam boots on them, so they'd switch, so they go up, and so that's what the song's about. And then he takes it further out to be about God.
Yeah.
Like there's like a bit where it's like there's a sack they put all those atheists in, where we make shoes or something. I can't remember what it is, but it's really weird. But yeah, again, like he talks about religion a lot,
and he even manages to take, like, I think, lyrics that sound like ridiculous and sings them with such sincerity and conviction that you can't give him a pass. Like, you know, I'm sorry that I miss you. I'm sorry that I dissed you.
Yeah.
Like, I think in any other person's, well, except for a few talented singers, I think in a normal person singing that would sound ridiculous.
Yeah.
A shit lyric. You ran missed with dissed.
Yeah.
But I think he sings it with such conviction and sincerity that you kind of just go along with it, don't you?
Yeah, and another one that's like that, and well, it's dated now, but the bit where he goes, "Let's all have another Orange Julius."
Oh yeah.
An Orange Julius used to be like a drink that you'd get in a mall.
Oh yeah.
So I think at the time that was seen as like a sort of lame thing to say. Because it was like, I don't know, saying that you wanted a big shake, or whatever the Big Mac shake is. Yeah.
Like a McDonald's milkshake.
Like a McDonald's milkshake, that kind of thing. That's what that's a reference to.
Oh.
But yeah. See, it's another album again. Yeah, where if you listen to it, you'll just unpack more and more and more, and it's just an album to get lost in, as you say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
With these just amazing lyrics and strong delivery, and it's pretty much flawless, really, isn't it?
I think so.
Great lyrics delivered perfectly.
Again, with an amazing backing band. Yeah. What more could you want?
Exactly, because it's mainly just the three of them. There's a lot of guests and stuff, but a lot of the songs go around just those three.
Yeah.
Bass player, drums and guitar, which is obviously like a standard band setup.
Yeah.
But they play in such a unique way. Like the bass player, I think it's really hard to tell what's bass because it's played really melodically. And
And it sounds bigger than like is it a three band? Yeah,
it's just, well, at this point, it's just Isaac Brock and the other two, I can't remember the name. Well, it's just bass player, drums and guitar.
That's amazing. Like even on this early one, like it sounds bigger than just the three of them.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There's some guests on some of the songs.
Yeah.
I think but a song like Cowboy Dan is just the three of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like a huge band.
Yeah. I mean, and all I was saying before, I can't imagine how they managed to do this live.
No.
Like the amount of time signature changes on again the first song, Teeth Like God's Shoe Shine, how did they go from like so fast? Because obviously in the studio it's easy, isn't it? You just
like
melt two songs.
Yeah.
But to go from like that and then because every verse starts with that like with guitar sound.
Yeah. To
go into like a slower section and stuff.
Difficult.
So, yeah.
Very difficult.
But yeah, I think as Modest Mouse, it's their peak. I'll be listening to the Moon Antarctica again, so that might change. I do tend to go in and out with those two. And you'll obviously be listening to it, so we can have like a full discussion. I think the lyrics on that album are actually slightly stronger.
Oh yeah.
It's got more depth to it, and but I think as an album, musically it isn't as good, and it doesn't have it. It's not as new.
Yeah.
It's a weird. I think it's a better album because it goes like from beginning to end. It's one seamless mood. But anyway, we'll get to that when we talk about the Moon Antarctica.
Yes.
But yes, as Modest Mouse's discography, it's the best one. It's a brilliant sort of introduction to like that kind of 90s scene. You feel like you might get into Built to Spill after this because they're a very similar sounding band. And just as a great album, it's just amazing. Even out of the context of all of the other stuff and the fact it was sort of a breakthrough album for that.
Just a great album.
Just a great album.
Yeah.